village raises a child.
A people who were enslaved, but who did not accept their enslavement and who had a longing one day for freedom.
My children went to Willow Hill School.
That's the Willow Hill spirit. And what we have to understand, and the stories that we have to tell, is how Willow Hill has moved beyond Bullock County.
At a time when African Americans were treading toward new freedoms, when violence stood between blacks and the ballot box, and subsistence was considered a privilege for former slaves and their children, one group of South Georgia families dared to strive for community excellence. The Riggs, Parrish, and Donaldson families created Willow Hill School.
Well, good morning, everyone. What a privilege it is to be here to honor those original founders who, in their newfound freedom, focused on what was really important, community and education.
Opened in a turpentine shanty in 1874 on Portal, Georgia land provided by Dan Riggs, Willow Hill School was memorialized at a ceremony September 3, 2011.
There were many church schools, missionary societies, who were starting schools for African Americans. But this is a native school, and it was started by African Americans themselves. And many of them accumulated land in this area and created a community. So this school is important because it has a tradition, it has a heritage. It is based on education, it is based on family, it is based on love, it is based on land ownership. It is a community. The first school was founded in an old turpentine shanty on Dan Riggs' place. It was made of logs and it had clay that they used to seal some of the open spaces. There was one door and one window, and it was not a very comfortable place. There was a privy outside, and it was a very rugged environment. Many of the kids had to walk several miles to get to school, and there was a pail, and they had a dipper, and that is where all of the kids actually drank from that one pail. And the children obviously had to take their lunches to school, but they couldn't go to school very long because they were needed to work on the farms. And if the conditions were very bad, then they may miss days of school. But Georgiana Riggs, who was 15 years old, was the first teacher, who was the niece of Dan Riggs and was the daughter of Isaac Riggs and Harriet Riggs. And these were important families in the community at that time.
The Willow Hill Heritage Festival features music, a look back at the history of a school and the legacy of a people, along with entertainment for the whole family. Crowds are drawn to exhibits that chronicle the Willow Hill story, from one-room schoolhouse to segregated county school, to integrated elementary to purchased by the descendants of its founders.
In 2005, we heard that the Willow Hill School was going on the auction block. So within 2 weeks, we had organized 12 descendants of the school founders. Many of us lived in various parts of the country, some in North Carolina, many of us were in Ohio, some of us were in Florida, here in Atlanta, Georgia, some were locally. And we put together a team to be here to bid on the school, and we said that there would be no price for our heritage. And we had made up in our minds that that school would come to us regardless the cost. Now, we thought we was going to get the school for a lot less, maybe $30,000, but the school sold for $112,000. Now, we didn't have $112,000 in our pockets, but what we had was courage and determination, and we know that the school would return back to the rightful owners 85 years later, coming back to us. So today, this festival is the beginning of a new venture, a new era for the Willow Hill School and community. As we look back over the great legacy and heritage And as we look forward to generations to come, the Willow Hill Heritage and Renaissance Center will be a beacon of light. It will be a shining star where our children to come will see the inspiration of a people who understood the value of an education, who understood determination, and created a school, a community, and had an impact on the state, the nation, and the world.